Hi everyone, it's Melissa, the Stamp Doc. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to do this cute masking technique with the adorable Party Pandas stamp set. This is a stamp set that you can get for free during Celebration 2018 with any $50 purchase. So let me show you how I did the first card, and then I'll show you how to adapt that to the other cards. So this is the card we're going to start with. And I am starting with a piece of 3.5, actually 3.25 by 4.5 inch Whisper White cardstock. Sit right here. And we're going to take the Panda stamp. I'm going to ink him up really good. And I'm just going to position him right in the middle of that. And don't worry if you don't stamp him perfectly or if you have any smears or anything, because we're going to fix that later. And then I'm going to take a Post-it note, and I'm actually going to use 2 of them on this, but I want to start building kind of a sky background for him. So I'm going to layer those Post-it notes right over him. And you don't have to stamp them first, but I like to stamp him first there just so that I can kind of see where to start my sky and where to start my ground. So I'm using some Bermuda Bay ink and one of our stamping sponges that I've cut down into quarters. And I'm just going to start working right here around him and building that color. And if you want a little more, just ink that up again. And I'm going to just fade it as we go a little higher. And just kind of keep that going. And I just wanted to cover the balloon there. Okay, so once that's done, then I'm going to take my little confetti stamp and I'm going to stamp a few of those on there just to create a little more background interest. And that's pretty good. Okay, so once I'm done with that color, then I'm going to take my Post-it notes, and this time I'm going to put them just, I like to leave a little tiny bit of that blue showing, but not very much. And I've got that there. If you don't leave that little bit of blue, you'll end up with a white line there. Okay. And here I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist. And again, I'm just going to kind of build that color around his bottom so that he'll be sitting on that area. Just like so. And that's super easy to do. So just, get it to the color that you want. And then you'll peel that back. And you've got that nice little background. So remember how I said we were going to fix it if he actually ended up not so good. So I've already fussy cut my balloon. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And then for my panda, what I'm going to show you is that I cut him out, and then I just take a little black marker and I go along the edge of this just so that there's not much white showing on that. So I'm going to put him right over there. I put some dimensionals on the back too and just pop him up. And then we added the layers, and again, here is the finished card. So very quick, very easy, but just really gives a nice little wow. I did add just a few of the enamel shapes in Bermuda Bay on there and stamped the little happy birthday image. So these are all of the stamps that you get in the Party Pandas stamp set. And I wanted to do this technique with each and every one of them. Sorry about that. So this one is just a really simple one. And I used one of our little note cards. And for this one, I used the negative image of one of our die cuts to put that on there and then sponge that on. So masking off the rest of that to create the heart shape. And then I add just a little strip of designer series paper. And for this one, I did the same thing. I did 2 colors on this one like I did in the first one, but I masked off the circle before doing those 2 colors and blended those together. He has a little secret too. He actually will dance on there as well. So I will be working on a video tutorial for how to make them dance on there also soon. Okay? So if you'd like to know the supplies that I used and any measurements, you can go to my blog, thestampdoc.com, and I will have that for you in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more tutorials.